Hey, what's up? It's Deanna. So tonight I wanted to show you my huge antique pocket watch collection. Yes, look at that. Isn't that insane? This weighs like over 2 pounds, this pile here. And so first I wanted to show you actually this shadow box that I had made over the summer. So what this is actually one of those shadow boxes that you get at like Michael's craft store or one of those craft stores. And I put together a bunch of pocket watch chains made out of human hair. And it's pretty cool to have human hair pocket watch chains because it's a piece of somebody. And I know that sounds creepy, but it actually is more sentimental. And that's what these pieces were. They were sentimental pieces. Now, basically, what they served a function as was a gift. So a lot of these things are called mourning pieces, but these pretty much were from fiancés and from wives to husbands. So they gave these away as gifts. So they would cut the locks of their hair off and they would give these things to their husband. So the cool part of this all was they had like jewelry stores that would have ladies that would actually weave the hair, and they would have catalogs and you choose different styles out of the catalog. Sorry, you can't really see these too well. The lighting is awful in here. And so the ladies would choose what they wanted to have made out of their hair and give it to their loved one as a present. Now, a lot of times, too, these could be mourning pieces. And so when somebody died back in the Victorian times, they would send a lock of their loved one's hair in to even Sears catalog or Montgomery Ward catalog, and get their hair made into a piece of jewelry to actually cherish their loved ones. So they would have a piece of their loved ones to hold on to. This was a time, too, that photographs were very expensive. And when photographs were first started, it was too expensive for most people to afford. So sentimental hair was actually something that they hung on to. So this is really interesting. So these pieces are really like one of my favorite pieces. I also threw in some other little things in here just to make it interesting. This is an antique Victorian coin purse made out of mother of pearl. A lot of these watch chains had little things called fobs or charms hanging from them, and it helped weight down weigh down the piece. So like when a gentleman wore this in his breast pocket, it would actually dangle out, and then the weight of it would actually have it fall properly onto his clothing. So the fobs on these pieces sometimes are very, very unique and different. This one is really a cool watch fob chain for a pocket watch. It's a mother of pearl horseshoe. And this one is also cool. It's a horn of plenty, which was really, really in style back then. Things with little horns. And then over here, if you see this black like bead, this was a mourning piece. So it was in black. And somebody who was mourning would have wore this, even a lady. So a lady could have had this pocket watch chain. Trying to actually get a better view of it. It's very hard to show you things in glass. There you go. All right, so let me show you some of the pieces in my collection. So these are necklaces, and they're made out of human hair. This is pretty cool. These come from the same person, and they have two different styles of chokers. And look how intricately these were woven. I mean, this is really something else. A work of art. I love these pieces. Whenever I see them, I grab them as quickly as I can because I have a feeling in probably like 5 years or 10 years from now, these are going to be very valuable. These are going to go up in price. This is a beautiful bracelet, and it's dated. Let me see. This was actually one of my oldest pieces. Let's see if we can find the date on here. It had a date in here. I'd have to open this up, but let me see. It's hard to do this while I'm filming with one hand and trying to hold this with the other. I think it was like 1858, but this is an early piece. This is 14 karat gold in the center. And this centerpiece pops open, and there was an engraved message in there with the person's name and the year that this piece was made. So look at that. I mean, isn't this like really amazing? So this one, let me just put down. This is going to be a long video. This is a warning. So this is a beautiful pocket watch chain. And what's cool about this one is it has a locket with the people's pictures in it. Isn't that really something else? Let me flip this over so you can see what the locket looked like on the other side. Oops. And this is this particular style is called Tal de Epinay. I don't know if I pronounced it right, but it was like a French enameling. And that's probably about 1890s. That's quite lovely. This is a beautiful old locket. So most likely this lady had given this to this guy as a gift out of her hair. So that's really interesting. Let me close it. Okay. Let's get more. I might have to do this video in several parts because there's so many of these pieces. I mean, look at the stack. So here we got another beautiful pocket watch chain. Look at this weave. What a pretty watch fob chain. I mean charm. And this has garnets in it, and I'm not sure what the clear pieces are. Maybe moonstone. Maybe even quartz. I have no clue. This one came all the way from England. So this actually came very quick. It came in like 5 days to New York. And this is a really cool piece. It's made out of braided hair. It's very, very thick. This one's really, really lovely. Look at the weave pattern. And you don't generally see blonde hair. I mean, if you look in my pile, most of the hair is brown. It's very rare that you see blonde, these in blonde hair. And it's because, you know, of course, most of the people back then predominantly were brown-eyed and brown hair, you know, and had brown hair. But also people didn't have hair dye like they do today. This is actually a seal. So they would actually, it has, let me flip it over and show you. This has like a little onyx, little intaglio of a Greek god. I think it's Mars, I'm not sure. And so it's actually, let me show you. See how like it's carved in there? So they would dip this into wax and then seal a letter with that. So that's cool. This one's really great. Now, this one doesn't have any metal hardware on it. It's all braided hair. And what I really like is these little acorn pieces that go around it. That's really interesting. And that one, I think, came from Sweden, which is really interesting. Here's another one that's like that. It has no metal hardware on it. It has the little acorns going around it. Again, some of these are just plain old, you know, they pretty much have the same pattern and the same style. We have the metal hardware going around the center and the brass right here. This one, oops, this one's a necklace. Bear with me one moment. Okay. So this is a necklace. It's a choker. And it has 14 karat gold in the center. And it's a nice weave pattern. It's very like, it looks like a snake. And here's another. And again, a lot of them are very similar, but this one's unique. And here's why. Do you notice something? You notice the left side has blonde hair. And I told you that's rare. And then on the right side is brown hair. So this is 2 different ladies or even children's hair to make up this piece. Now, I don't know if this is a mourning piece. It could be. Could be children that passed away. And illnesses were very prevalent during the Victorian time. And this has a really pretty little fob. Let me just flip it. There you go. Look at that. Really, really a nice piece. This one's unique because it has multiple braids in a coil. And let me show you what the charm looks like. It's very hard doing this with one hand and filming with the other. And it has a seed pearl in the center. Very, very pretty. With a Trushkin, I think they call it, revival piece. This one's really unique too. This one is, just your basic watch fob and pocket watch chain, but it has a trolley charm, which is really, really unique. I've never seen another trolley charm like this. And that one's really pretty. And it has two different ropes of hair that was woven. And this one's a smaller pocket watch chain. It's a nice thick one though. It has a nice thick weave. And this one has what appears to be a locket. Look at the stack. Isn't this crazy? I've been collecting these for years. This one's a nice one. This has little diamonds in it. And this one's really, really cool. Has a little owl fob with a key and a lock. And look at the pattern. And I have way more than what you see here. I have more shadow boxes that I put together. And I just don't feel like getting them all out. This is forget-me-nots. And this could be a memorial piece because forget-me-nots were actually a mourning symbol. And this is an intaglio also. And you can dip that into wax to seal your envelope. And on the other side, it has forget-me-nots. So again, this could be a memorial piece. Now this is pretty cool. This is a child's. This one's actually my oldest. The other one I thought, the 1858 one was the oldest. Actually, this one's from the 1840s. And it's a child's, like, sentimental mourning bracelet. So this child died, and they made the lock of his or her hair into this bracelet. That's sad. That's always sad to see. Now this is actually a guard chain, and this is really long. This is several feet long. And a lady would attach this to her muff, like her muffler, if she had that thing to put her hands in during the winter, or it could be attached to all sorts of things, like her glasses, whatever she had that she didn't want to lose. She would attach it to a guard chain and attach the other part of it around her neck. And these have multiple acorns going throughout it. This is really, really intricate. And last but not least is something that's not made out of hair. This is a pocket watch chain with a fob, and it's two-sided. So let me show you. This one is gemstones. So on one side, it's amethyst cabochons. I don't know if you can see the purple? It's like a grape purple. Now, I don't know if these are real amethyst. They could be glass, and then it's mounted in brass. And then on the other side, it's mother of pearl, as you can see here. That's really cool. And then it has a little amethyst little dangling fob charm. That's really pretty. And again, I don't know if this is a real amethyst or not. It could be, it could not, it could be glass possibly. But then again, I just think it's beautiful. This is my favorite color. So there we go. So that's the collection. So I'm glad that you guys got to see it. So once again, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up and a subscribe.